Number 10. Number 10 is Regular Show. For those of you who don't know what it is a show on Cartoon Network that's aired in the afternoon because it's not meant for little kids. It's not meant for adults. It's a pretty funny show. It's about a bluebird and a raccoon named Mordecai and Rigby, and their little shenanigans they get in at their job where they work at a park. And it's a pretty funny show. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. And it's pretty good. Number 9. Number 9 is the show King of the Hill. If you haven't heard of King of the Hill, it is a show about Hank Hill and his family, who are very old-fashioned Texans. And it's created by Mike Judd, and it's a pretty funny show. I mean, when I was, before I didn't like it at all. Thought it was stupid, but it's been growing on me. Now that I understand most of the jokes, the show's been growing on me, and it's actually not that bad of a show. It's pretty good. So check it out, guys. It's a pretty funny show. Number 8. Number 8 is the show Adventure Time. It is another one of those shows aired in the afternoon on Cartoon Network. It's about a human and a dog named Finn and Jake. And they live, I have no idea, but it's some kind of fantasy world with a lot of weird shit that goes on. But it's about their adventures as conquerors, kind of that world. And it's actually not that bad of a show. Number 7. Number 7 is a show called Squidbillies. It's on an Adult Swim. It's 15-minute long episodes. It's about really weird plot. It's about a couple of really, really backwoods redneck squids named Early Kyler, Rusty Kyler, Granny, and I have no idea what Early's sister's name is, but really redneck in their small town that they're in and what happens in their small town. And I like it also because it just furthers the stereotype of the redneck backwoods race. Number 6. Number 6 is a show many of you might not know. It's called Home Movies. It's created by Brendan Small, and it's about 3 kids, Brendan Small, Melissa, and Jason, who make home movies with Brendan's camera. And it's a pretty funny show. It's been growing on me, and it's actually not that bad of a show. Pretty good. It didn't go for that long though, but it was the last episode, the last thing aired on Adult Swim every night. And I'm not sure if they're still playing them. They're not making them, but I'm not sure if they're still playing them. But it's a pretty good show. Check it out. Number 5. Number 5 is a show many of you might know. It's called American Dad. It is the second popular show that Seth MacFarlane created. It's about a family, the Smiths, with Stan Smith, the husband, Francine Smith, the wife, Haley Smith, Steve Smith, and what happens in their life. Stan's a CIA agent, and Francine's a stay-at-home wife. So, it's a really funny show. And it comes equipped with a talking German fish and a stuck-up spoiled alien. Number 4. Number 4, everybody knows what number 4 is. South Park. South Park is a very, very adult show on Comedy Central and on the internet. It has its own southparkstudios.com if you ever want to watch an episode. It has every episode up. But it's a very adult show, a lot of swearing and a lot of adult content, but it's hilarious. And it's just about a little town called South Park, Colorado, and what happens in it. Some weird shit happens in South Park, Colorado, but mainly it focuses around 4 kids: Cartman, Kyle, Stan, and Kenny. Number 3. Number 3 is a show that's fairly new. It is on Cartoon Network in the evening again, and it's called The Amazing World of Gumball. If you haven't seen it, you might just want to check it out. It's definitely a kids show. I mean, you can tell, but it's really funny. It's probably one of the funniest movies I've seen, or not movies, shows I've seen in a while. And it's a kids show too. It's funny in an innocent way, and it's just hard to do that. So I think it's like makes it twice as funny, and it gears around a family, and gears mainly around the two brothers, Darwin the fish and Gumball the kitty cat, and their world. Number two. Number two is the show Family Guy. Family Guy, everyone knows Family Guy. Family Guy is the first show Seth MacFarlane created, and it's still going strong to this day. They're still making new episodes and new seasons, and it is funny. I mean, it is hilarious. It's it's I mean, come on. And it features the family, the Griffins. Meg Griffin, Lois Griffin, Peter Griffin, Chris Griffin, Stewie Griffin the baby, and a very literate martini drinking dog named Brian Griffin. And it's funny, go check it out. And number one. Number one is a show it's pretty popular. It is the show Beavis and Butthead. I cannot stress, this is like one of my favorite shows of all time. My dad was a big Beavis and Butthead fan, and he passed that down to me, and it is one of the most, probably if not the most funny, well, funniest. It's not a word, but the most funniest. But anyway, it's a great show. It's hilarious. There's no other way to explain it. Beavis and Butthead are two high school students that live by themselves with no parents, and the shit they get into is so funny, and the stupidity of those two boys are just, it's so fucking funny. There's no other way to describe it. I mean, it's hilarious. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I recommend it. And before I go, I'm going to give you guys some close mentionables that didn't quite make it but deserve a look. First mentionable is The Simpsons. I mean, it's a classic. Who doesn't know The Simpsons? Uh, Simpsons did it, everything. But it's very funny, and it really started this cartoon comedy type TV show lineup. Next one is Futurama. It's by the same guy who created The Simpsons, Matt Groening, and it's still going good. They're starting to make new episodes, and it's pretty funny. I like it, but it just didn't have enough to cut it. I mean, it didn't have enough to cut it. And my last close mentionable is a show called Bob's Burgers. I have no idea if they're still making show episodes, but it was a funny show that started not too long ago on Fox. Um, and it's about a family and their dad who owns a burger shop, and it's hilarious. It was really funny when I first saw it.